And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and it's time to talk about the market. Oh boy, the market is interesting in NBA 2K21 My Team, as I always say, because we got the Enshrined packs today with the, I got air quotes up right now, Invincible cards. Which, whatever, card art's cool, concept I guess is cool, you know, if the pack rate was better. Obviously, like, the drop rate's not very good for them. So, in addition to that, we got another cool TTO thing. 21% 92 plus player. I did a pack opening earlier. I'm sure most of you guys saw it, but if you didn't, go check that out. But for the mean, I'll open 2 packs right now just to show you roughly what you're going to get, which is why you should not open packs. Like, I'm going to spend $17,000 to get this Wilt Chamberlain that legitimately is discard value. It's not fun out here. These packs have been real bad today, and I know anyone in the comments that's opened these that didn't pull Kobe, because inevitably there'll be a few of you guys, is they know these packs suck. Like, alright, I got an Opal right here. Surprisingly, out of the 70 packs I opened earlier, I got 1 Opal, and that's it. And, it's... It's Patrick Ewing. That being said, Patrick Ewing's really good in 2K. Like, this is like the first time 2K's made Patrick Ewing like a good card ever. Like, I can't remember the last time Ewing was good in 2K, but this time they gave it to him. They gave my man a little shine. The disrespect. A man with a flat top that clean should never be bad in 2K. Let alone Patrick Ewing, who's a legitimate Hall of Famer, but for some reason is always absolute garbage in 2K. Now, looking at the set today, like, the set itself is a W. Like, the packs are terrible, I will say. Like, the packs are bad, but the set is a W. Like, Wilt Chamberlain is not the greatest card in the world, but he can move really well. He attacks the rim. You know, he's basically 75% of what the glitched Wilt is. I mean, he just can't shoot, but he moves the same. Everything's like that. Larry Bird, this is basically the pink diamond Larry Bird that we got earlier this year. Wes Unseld, once again, about 75% of what the Opal Wes Unseld is. Relatively solid. I mean, for discard value, you can do a lot worse than all 3 of those cards. Like, Larry Bird's actually pretty good for discard value. Same with Wes Unseld. Michael Jordan. Now, this MJ is, I would say, very, very close to the Opal MJ that we got in Retro 2. Like, they're very similar, surprisingly. Like, the Opal MJ is still slightly better for sure. Like, Diamond Michael Jordan has a +1 on 3-pointer. But other than that, like, this MJ is still a little bit better. He moves a little bit better, in my opinion. Apparently, he's a little bit stronger. I don't know. But, all things considered, as far as, like, a tactical downgrade goes, like, this MJ is definitely worth the downgrade itself. Like, if you have the Opal MJ, you can get 40k. You can go pick this MJ up for like 7k. And you're getting majority of what that Michael Jordan has to offer. Like, realistically, especially if you're just using him as like an all-time Bulls team or something, or just messing around with him in offline games, it's definitely worth dropping that one down. This T-Mac is a beast, straight up. Like, he does miss some badges. He's not quite as good as the other 2 Tracy McGrady's that we have available to us. You know, obviously not counting the double take Dusty T-Mac from the Spurs, but all things considered, he's really good. He's going for about 15 to 20k right now, which is a little too high, but at the same time, like, he's an incredibly good card in that price range. I mean, realistically, though, you can get, like, Isaiah Ryder for that price range and stuff. Like, it's tough to really say that this T-Mac is worth it. He is missing some pretty important badges, in my opinion. Look, I'm still a little iffy on next-gen badges. Like, I don't 100% know what a lot of these are. Like, he doesn't have set shooter. I don't know if that translates to current-gen. Hot Zone Hunter he doesn't have, which that is definitely a badge he needs, especially with his hot zones being all over the place. But if you're a big T-Mac fan or you want an elite 2-guard that has the combination of size and scoring that Tracy McGrady has, you can do a lot worse. Big Diesel, I mean, this card is basically the Quantum Big Diesel. He's a little bit worse in a couple things, but for the most part, he's basically the same. And you can get this guy for about 5k. So if you have Quantum Diesel, I would go and sell him now and just pick up this Shaq for 5k. Profit a little bit of MT. Same with Scottie Pippen. If you have the Opal Scottie, either Hero or regular, and he's not locked in, go pick up this Scottie Pippen. This Scottie Pippen is almost identical. Like, this one is definitely closer than the other cards are to their counterparts. Like, this Scottie Pippen is almost identical to the Opal Scottie Pippen. And I've been playing around with them all day, and I love this card. Like, this card is great, and you can get him for like 6k MT. I highly recommend everybody go pick that card up. If you need a defensive stopper like that, he's a monster. Hakeem's Hakeem. You know what you're getting there. He's basically the Flash Opal Hakeem, but in pink diamond form that you can get for 7k. Jerry West is pretty good. Patrick Ewing, like I said, they actually made Patrick Ewing relatively good this time. Is he a top center in the game? No. Like, no, I don't even think he's really better than David Robinson. Like, realistically, I don't think he is. He's really good defensively, and his jump shot's not terrible this time. He's very usable, and he has like Hall of Fame range and stuff, which is cool. But I still think David Robinson's a little bit better. I've seen a lot of people say that this Kareem is basically the same as the Dark Matter Kareem, and that is beyond false. Like, that is so false. This Kareem's not terrible, do not get me wrong. I'm not going to slander him, like, he's not an awful card, but to say that he is about the same as the Dark Matter Kareem, no sir. He has significantly lower ball handling and three-point shooting than the other one, which are two very important cards which make Kareem a little bit more usable. I don't even think he's better than Patrick Ewing. Magic Johnson. I'm guessing the auction house is glitched because there's no possible way he's going for 100k right now. Like, there's no way. He's been going for 400k straight all day. So I'm guessing it's glitched up. You know what you're getting with all of these cards that we got. Like, you know what you're getting with Magic. You know what you're getting with Dr. J. I've seen people say he's the worst Dark Matter in the set, which is beyond false. Like, Dr. J is a monster. If you like Terry Dissinger, you'll love Julius Erving. He's got all the same SIGs. Same size, too. Cooler hair. These cards. Just the prices that these are going for, man. Like, it's just a... It's bad. Like, it's so bad. The drop rates on Garnett seem to be the highest out of any of these cards, so he seems to be the one that gets pulled the most, or he's at least the one that's getting sold the most. I'm not entirely sure. Tim Duncan honestly looks like that's the only one I want. I don't want Kobe. I mean, there's an hour 15 left on this Kobe, and it's at 3 million. This thing is legitimately going to go for 5 to 6 million MT. And I can tell you right off the bat, there's no reason to be spending that much MT on these cards. Like, 2K has broken the seal, dude. We're about to get so many of these cards in the next upcoming weeks. Like, there's no reason to be spending this much on Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, or KG. It looks like a lot of people really aren't bidding on many other cards right now. Maybe a lot of people who have all that MT stored up that they've been wanting to use for a while are starting to use them on the Invincible cards, and people are kind of letting the other ones go a little bit. Ben Simmons is probably the only card that's not going to take a hit. And he even might take a tiny hit because of Magic Johnson. Like, he's still going to be going for 500k, though. Ben Simmons is Ben Simmons. Like, he doesn't really... He bucks market trends, you know? It is what it is. Let's see. My man Shaq Diesel. Yeah, we got that Diesel today. I figured his price was going to be down a little bit. But realistically, the Invincible cards are not. Yeah, see, like I said with Magic Johnson, like, it had to have been glitched. I figured that was going to be the case, like, or something was going on. People just weren't bidding until the last 2 minutes because Magic went straight up to 400k, basically. So, and is he worth that? On next gen, yeah. On current gen, I think he probably still has that trot that Magic Johnson's been having all year, so it's something to think about. Like, it's definitely annoying to watching him jog up the floor for sure. I can't say for certain if he's really worse or better than Grant Hill, though. Like, Grant Hill's still a monster. But yeah, if you have this Quantum Shack and you just want a nice Shack in your lineup, sell this Quantum Shack and go get the Diamond one. You profit 40k MT off of that. Yeah, like, he's not that much better. I promise he's not. When it comes to Tracy McGrady, I've seen a lot of him get put up today, and badge-wise, the current T-Mac is a little bit better. I mean, he has a little bit more badges, but at the same time, this T-Mac, I think, has a better, more rounded badge count. He at least has Hot Zone Hunter, so that's kind of important, I guess. I can't say for certain that one's better than the other. They're pretty similar. Let's see. What was I looking for? I was looking for something else. Yeah, this MJ. Did his price get affected? Not really. This Magic's still good, by the way. If you're looking for, like, a budget point guard, and, you know, budget is a stretch term because, you know, he's still 50k, but I forgot about Tatum, dude. Honestly, Tatum kind of got thrown to the wayside with all these new cards. Look, realistically, if you're looking to upgrade at the point guard position, now is a great time to pick up Lonzo Ball. He's still one of the best point guards in the game, and you can buy him for $70K, which is definitely expensive, but for how much production he brings to your team, it's not very bad. Like, his value isn't terrible for $75K. Like, the price is a little high, but the value's there. This Kevin Garnett, I wouldn't be shocked to see hit by it now, but there's just not that many out there. Chris Bosh, though. It's either him or John Morant. They're going to be the first Dark Matters to hit by it now. I'm not sure which one's going to hit it first. John Morant's just John Morant, and Chris Bosh is in Triple Threat Online. Like, I got to imagine that these don't drop very much, so I don't think they're going to get too flooded, but I think a lot of people are going to play TTO all weekend and try to harvest Chris Bosh's and put them up on the marketplace, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him drop to buy it now prices, probably absolute lowest 95. But we could see some 100K buy it now. And Chris Bosh is still a monster card for that price. Like, no joke. He's still really good. There are some other cards that you'd be surprised to see are kind of expensive at this point. Double take guys, like Tracy McGrady is expensive. Like, he's like 6K for this. I mean, dude, if you have him, sell it. Like, Allen Iverson, come on, man. Like, you don't want this card. Look at him. He doesn't even want to be there. Sell him, please. Patrick Ewing for 3K, get rid of him. Unless you need him for your Magic team, then whatever. Predator, get rid of him. He's going for like 9K. I'm definitely selling Predator right now. I don't even know why I still have this guy. That's crazy. Yeah, let's put him up right now. If I can get 9K for Karl Malone, I'll be stoked. Like, I'll be stoked. I don't even know why he was still in my collection, but it's cool. Quantum Karl Malone is going for about 12K as well, so if you have that card and you need to get rid of it, now's a good time. Wish I could search by limited eligible cards in my collection. That would be ideal, but don't worry, guys. Louis Dampier is eligible for limited. Also, if you haven't checked my limited tips video I just dropped, less tips and more just fun, but I just dropped it. Go watch that. Dominique's still going for an okay amount. I mean, you can get a few thousand for Dominique if you have him. The idea, I mean, you're not going to find too many cards in your collection right now that are going to be worth a bunch of MT, but you can find a bunch of guys that you can get rid of, regardless what you're keeping them for, and make a little MT. Like, I'm going to sell this Jordan even if he's going for 4K, just because I have Diamond Jordan now. And I'm definitely going to sell my Opal Jordan too, because Diamond Jordan's not that much worse. So, and I've been using Diamond Jordan anyway, playing limited today, and he's kind of fun. Like, he's basically the same. Wilt just refuses to go down in price. Like, he's just steady hovered around 200K. He refuses to drop. Same with DeMar DeRozan. Like, he refuses to drop below 150. Like, it's annoying. We're going to see a lot of these cards drop, though. If you're looking for a cheap point guard for limited, and you don't want to spend a bunch of MT on, like, a Magic Johnson or one of those guys, like, this Steve Nash card, totally fine. You can get the hero version for basically the same price, maybe a little bit more, with an extra Hoff badge, but I was killing it with Steve Nash today, man. He's wet. He's so wet. I forgot how good that Steve Nash card is. I haven't used him in a while, so. But for a cheap budget option, you can't go wrong. Badges are really down this weekend. I mean, Hot Zone Hunter's up a little bit. Range is up a bit. But that's about it. I mean, you're not getting too much value for any of these badges at this point, but the main point of this video is you don't want to sell any of your main cards right now because all of the prices are down because of these invincible cards. No one else is really bidding on anything else. But that being said, there is a lot of MT to be made by tactically downgrading some players in your collection, like Michael Jordan, possibly like a Tracy McGrady. Basically any of the guys that came out in the Enshrine set today, because they're essentially as good as some of their higher tiered, brethren. And you can get rid of those higher tier guys for a lot of MT and then pick up these guys who are essentially just as good for a lot less MT. So, happy hunting, everybody. It has been your boy, Cheap Ludes. I will be back with more content this weekend. I'm going to upload over on the second channel this weekend. I know I've been bad about it, but I'll be there. Peace.